whatever way you look at it, Novak Djokovic is a lying, sneaky
He's an
ass.
He's an ass.
Like, whatever way you look at it, it's unfortunate that everybody else stuffed up around him.
That's it. I mean, he's an ass.
Like, to go out when you know you're COVID positive. Well, I don't think he was even COVID positive. I don't think that falls true.
He got a bull excuse and then fell over his own lies.
Off air, 2 Australian TV anchors let y'all know how they feel about Novak Djokovic.
Which is what happens, right?
Yeah.
That's what's happened.
And then him now then ticking he didn't go to Spain.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah. But I think he's going to get away with it.
Well, he is going to get away with it.
Yeah.
But he's just...
I think most fair-minded people would say, look, the bloke's an ass. Did they do the right thing by him? I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's the problem, isn't it?
The on-air pair, who work for TV network 7, were apparently caught in a hot mic situation. Thing is, they're expressing how most feel on this topic.
I don't think anything was gained by putting him in immigration.
No, I don't think so. But the trouble is, how do you justify that person's on the same plane with him who also has...
You can't justify it.
Djokovic has been a lightning rod of controversy for a myriad of reasons. The latest...
The 20-time Grand Slam champ from Serbia admitting he didn't immediately isolate, this after testing positive for COVID-19 last month, but denying knowing he had the virus when he attended public events.
Comes from the Joker himself with just so many wrongdoings and grain of salt apologies that it's hard to even take him seriously. He admitted he didn't isolate after testing positive for COVID. Then, because, hey, let's just keep the crazy train rolling, he put the blame on a member of his staff for falsifying travel documents to get into the country. Then after testing positive, he said, screw my fellow man, I'm going to do an interview and take a picture with a French journalist. He knew he was positive and disregarded others' health. He is a public safety threat. I wish outlets would state it as so. And guess what? Not that the country will be doing anything against the #1 sports star who is worth over $220 million. Djokovic, in said photo shoot, breached the country's rule for infected people. He lied on his travel documents about not traveling internationally in the 14 days before his arrival to Australia. Though he said he had not traveled in the 14 days prior, photos taken during that period show him in both Spain and Serbia. The back and forth is really something to behold because Djokovic was caught in a lie, then, by admitting he did actually test positive for COVID on December 16th, in turn, showed his ass once more. On that day, Joker, according to many media reports, with COVID in his system, was honored with a stamp by the Serbian Postal Service. Here was his post on the gram. That same day, again, with COVID in his system, he attended a panel to speak on, I kid you not, the role and establishment of authority in the development of character and discipline. On December 17th, the following day, Djokovic, a COVID-positive person, attended an event to honor youth tennis players. He was indoors. He was maskless. Notice each and every date on their respective Instagram posts. In this post, Djokovic claims he learned of his positive test result after the children's tennis event he attended, maskless, on the 17th, but his sworn court affidavit said he was tested and diagnosed on the 16th, with positive result being returned about 8 p.m. that evening, wrote political reporter Paul Sakal. Djokovic claims he took an anti-rapigen test that came back negative, went to do the French journalist interview. The timeline is just all sorts of messy and screwed up. On December 14th, Djokovic attended a mass gathering. Serbian club Crvena Zvezda facing off against Spanish giants Barcelona in basketball. He did not wear a mask. Ironic that in his attempt to save grace apology, he wrote, I want to emphasize that I have tried very hard to ensure the safety of everyone and my compliance with testing obligations. Another wrinkle, his statement Wednesday that he did not know his positive COVID status until December 17th also contradicts comments from his brother, who told a news conference Tuesday that the player tested positive on December 16th and knew his results. As we noted in a previous piece, where it gets tricky is via the reporting of Ben Rothenberg. A positive test on December 16th would have come too late for the Tennis Australia exemption process deadline as described to players. According to Tennis Australia docs, the deadline for applying for an exemption had been nearly a week earlier, no later than December 10th. Rothenberg also noted of the 14-day rule via the Australian government note, giving false or misleading info is a serious offense. You may also be liable to a civil penalty for giving false or misleading info. If there is intent in the government to re-examine his visa, this could hurt.